today's look is this really smoky bronzed makeup look. I used the Jaclyn Hill palette to create this look today, and if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. I'm starting off with the Merle Norman Foundation Primer Plus SPF 15. I'm going to put this all over my face to prime for foundation. Next, I'm going in with the Elcie foundation mixed with the L'Oreal Pro Matte, and I'm going to be using my Morphe highlight and contour sponge to blend this onto the skin. Now I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer for my under eyes. I'm also concealing other areas of the face that I want to highlight a little bit, as well as get a little bit more coverage. And then I'm using that Morphe sponge to blend all of that out as well. Now I'm using my RCMA No Color Powder to set my eye area, and I'm using it on my Morphe sponge as well to set the eye area. Now I'm using my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural on that sponge as well to set the rest of my face. Now using the Cali Contour Kit from Smashbox, I'm using the bronze color on a Morphe M405 brush, and I'm just going to be bronzing up the skin. Now using the contour color in that same kit, I'm going to be contouring the hollows of my cheekbones as well as a little bit on my hairline, and I'm using the Morphe M523 brush to do this. Now using the blush in that kit, I am going to be using this as my blush today, and I'm applying this on a Merle Norman blush brush. And then for highlight, I'm going to be mixing Blissful and Pillow Talk from Ofra and applying this to the tops of my cheeks with a Morphe M510 brush. And then I'm also going to apply a little bit on my Cupid's bow as well. Now for the eyes, I'm going to be going in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to be mixing Silk Cream and M.F.E.O on a Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to be applying this all in the upper crease area as my transition shade. Now going in with the shade Butter in that palette, I'm going to be applying this all in the crease area as well as the outer half of the eye. And I'm going to be applying this with my Morphe M433 brush. So I'm just placing that all in the crease, and then I will place it on the outer edge as well. And then as you can see, I turn the brush sideways to help blend it out. And I'm just repeating that exact same thing on the other eye. Now going in with the shade Pooter on that same Morphe M433 brush, I'm just going to be doing the exact same thing. So I'm placing it all in my crease first, and as well as the outer edge, and then I will turn it sideways and go in with windshield wiper motions to blend that out. Then I'm grabbing my M441 brush and just really buffing over those lines because I want to make sure that everything is nice and seamless. Now going in with the shade Roxanne, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing, so using that Morphe M433 brush and placing this on the outer V and the crease area, and then I will turn my brush sideways and blend it out, and again grab that big fluffy brush to make sure everything is nice and blended. Now I'm taking that Morphe sponge with that RCMA No Color powder, and I'm going to carve out the shape that I want the outer V to be on so it doesn't get too messy. This is honestly my favorite way to use this sponge because it has such a harsh line to it that it makes it perfect for doing this. Now I'm going to grab the shade Mocha on a Morphe E36 brush, and I'm going to pack this on the outer half of the eye and then lightly blend it into the crease as well. then I grab my Morphe M433 brush to buff over that and make sure everything is nice and blended out. Then I'm going to reapply that powder. I will reapply this powder after every color that I put on that outer area, just to make sure that it stays nice and clean. So I'm just repeating those exact same things on the other eye with that mocha shade, of placing it down and then blending it all out. Now going in with the shade Central Park. And I'm using that same E17 brush and doing that exact same thing, just deepening up that outer area. Now picking up Creamsicle on that Morphe M441, that real big fluffy brush. I'm dusting this just on that upper area of the eyeshadows, just to add some orange in there. I think it really brightens the eye up. So it's not super noticeable, but it does make a really big difference. Now I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm going to cut the inner half of the lid. Then going in with the shade Meeks, and I'm going to be applying this all over that concealer with a MAC 242 brush. And I'm just going to repeat that exact same thing on the other eye, of cutting the inner half of the lid and then applying that Meeks shadow over top with a MAC 242 brush. Now I'm using the Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot in the shade Top Yacht on that same MAC 242 brush, and I'm just putting this over top of that lid color just to really brighten it up. On my eyes, the Meeks color can kind of make my eyes look very dark and kind of close them a little bit, so I like applying this over top to really brighten it up and open the eyes. Then I just grab my Morphe M433 brush and just blend over the outer edge and as well as that crease area just to make sure that everything is nice and blended. Then I'm using a Morphe E48 brush to dust away that powder on the outer edge. And then we are moving on to the lower lash line. I'm using the shade Butter again on a Morphe E36 brush, and I'm going to be applying this all the way from outer corner all the way to inner corner. Then I'm using Pooter on that same brush, and I'm going to be doing the exact same thing, so all the way from outer corner all the way to inner corner. Then I'm using Roxanne, and I'm going to be doing that exact same thing on that same brush. So again, all the way from outer corner, all the way to inner corner. Then Mocha, and this is going to be more on the outer half of the eye. I'm not going to take it quite all the way in, but I'm using that exact same pencil brush. Then using Central Park, I am putting this on a Morphe M432 brush, and I'm going to be placing this mostly on the outer half of the eye, and then I will blend it out with my pencil brush after I place it down. And I do blend it most of the way in with that pencil brush, so just so that it is nice and seamless. Now grabbing MAC Costa Riche Eye Kohl, I'm going to be applying this all in the waterline. Then I'm grabbing that pencil brush and just blending that all out. Now going in with the shade Beam on that MAC 242 brush, I'm going to use this to highlight underneath the brow bone as well as the inner corner of the eye. And I'm keeping it fairly high up on the brow bone. I don't want it to go too low. Alright, now I am going in with the ColourPop lip pencil in the shade Bound. And I did apply my lashes off camera. They are the Velour Silk Lashes in the style Fluff and Edgy. And then with this lip liner, I am lining my lips, and I am going to fill them in with this lip liner as well. Then going in with the Tarte lipstick in the shade Rum Punch, I'm just going to be applying this all over top. And then I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!